Good night, everyone, and welcome back to Island Fans. And I know we have been gone for a while, but we're trying to make accommodations to make our comeback to finish off the end of the season, the Champions League, and all that good stuff. Tonight I have here with me Monchi. Monchi, how things has been going for you?
Well, not so good because long time, as you say, been away from the show for a very long time. Never got to talk any football, only in groups. Wanted to talk it on, live broadcast. Hear the feedback from the fans and the haters.
So yeah, I know we all miss the interactions, as you said. We missed some United trolling. I know you have come in with the Arsenal, some Chelsea here, Man City slip up or whatever, Man City big victories. We have been missing those, but as I said, we're trying to make the comeback, trying to get everything in place to see what we can do for the fans again. And we're just starting out tonight with a City show to just bring forth the ending of the season where we have to look forward to like transfers, the Champions League game. Looking forward to tomorrow and the ending of Premier League between the title race between us and Liverpool. And yeah, with that just being said, let's just get jump right into it with the Champions League preview between Real Madrid and Manchester City. So what thoughts do you have on this one, G?
Well, the only concern I really have towards this game, which is a concern of majority of, and not even majority, all Manchester City fan, is who is going to play right back in this game, right? I don't know if Pep made a little dig. But everybody always say he always overthinking in the Champions League, always tweaking the lineup. So I think he made a sarcastic comment and said if Gabriel Jesus has to play at right back, then he will play with it, play with there, no problem. So, when you hear these things from Pep, you can't even, as a City fan,
That's true.
in the back in the days and previously, when you hear Pep make these comments, you can't even think, boy, he a joke, man. You can't have that thought in your head. Yeah, the thought you're gonna have, boy, man, he really could do it, boy. Like, you really second guess this man because we all know what Pep loves to do and what he's capable of doing in games like this, especially in Champions League. So, for the game tomorrow, that's my only concern. Like, who will be playing at the right back?
Yeah, I have the same as you listening to the his press conference today, and we know to just throw out some injuries for tomorrow. I know that we have Stones and Kyle Walker that should be missing for injuries, but they will be reevaluated tomorrow just before the game to see if they will be fit enough to make it. And we also have Cancelo out due to suspension for that game for the Man City side. But I know I heard rumors also with Real Madrid that Casemiro and Alba are pretty doubtful for tomorrow. So those are pretty much key players for both teams. City without that, it'll take a huge defensive shake-up for us. And with Casemiro, they start in defensive midfielder, and Alba, has that experienced centre back partnership with Eder Militao so far. So I mean, it's a wide open game, I must say. Still, I know Real Madrid will probably be looking to try and go take it at us, and City we're going to want to win this game because we want to go to the Champions League final again after what happened last season. So we should be looking to make a stamp on it. And yeah, do you think that Pep hinted that the Gabriel Jesus Vinicius Junior battle would be very fun? Do you do you think he's going at it? Because at the moment I don't know which way we're going to go because either Ake is going to play right back or something or Zinchenko. Because those are the two that we have that could fill in. Or Fernandinho has to step in for some part in this game. What are you thinking about this defense situation?
Even I even forgot about Fernandinho. I literally forget about Fernandinho. That's our problem right there. Put Fernandinho right back. Yeah, honestly. And with that now, it will even work in our favor. So like when we do have the ball now, Fernandinho steps into the midfield and creates that extra body in the midfield. We automatically turn into a three back in a kind of way, right? But the only thing is the pace of Vinicius versus Fernandinho. I'm gonna worry about. But still, once we have Diaz playing at the right centre back, he will do some covering, all right? But
Yeah.
yeah, I
uh,
literally forgot about Fernandinho. Maybe because he already made a statement early in the season
yeah, what about that one?
that he's leaving at the end of the season because he wants game time. So uh, sometimes I even forget he's even playing at City. Because for the past
Yeah, I
couple,
mean, he came in during the last game. We had a double pivot with him with Fernandinho and Rodri, and that turned out to be very well because
mm,
De Bruyne got freed up a lot to do what he has to do on the ball. I mean, we could. I don't know what Pep is thinking. I think we could probably form a three back at some point in the game, and then if Fernandinho plays, he can always step back to make that four because of these defensive capabilities that we have right now with Kyle Walker and both Cancel out, our two natural fullbacks. And the only other natural fullback that we have is Zinchenko, that we know. We can call on Zinchenko and he can come in and do a job. So I am not fearful about that because but is the right back situation. Who do we play on that right back slot? Because we have basically all left footers right there in Zinchenko, Laporte, Ake. So it'd be something to see what Pep does to figure this out.
mhm. I think the safest option is to play Fernandinho at the right back. Mainly because like his experience, his discipline, he's not an attacking fullback, so you know he's not gonna
Yeah.
overlap and leave that space behind for Vinicius. So as I'm saying, to me, I would like play him at right back. I will.
Yeah. And we touch on City a little here, but just let's go to the opponents that we have to face. They have that big baller, Karim Benzema. He has since the knockout stages started, he has been coming up big. He came up big against PSG, came up big against Chelsea. And I think one of the questions that and Sterling was on the press conference too, and they was asking, "What do you think about Benzema?" And he simply said that Benzema is top tier. In sums up the word that he's top tier. He's a very good player to be constantly doing it on the same level at the Real Madrid. We know how Real Madrid fans are, the club. I mean, if you can be week in, week out, year after year, top player at that club, and even a captain now carrying after Ronaldo has left that club, it speaks volume. And two players going into this game that I would be mindful about is Benzema because all he needs is one chance and the pace in behind of Vinicius Jr. And this is where I would call upon Rodri, as I always do in the defensive mid role. You can tell me how you feel about that if you have any other players that you think we should be mindful of going into the game.
Yeah, honestly, well, you hit the nail on the head because those are actually the two players that we literally have to look out for in the kind of for real. Uh, I've heard a lot of haters saying, "Oh, Modric, Modric, Modric." Yes, Modric is a top baller and whatever, but uh, once Bernardo Silva starts, it's gonna be a lot for him because City is a team that we don't allow players to have the ball in the midfield for too long. I don't want to City Pep. So Modric is gonna need time and space to do what he has to do. Although he's an experienced midfielder where he might need that much more space to do things, but uh, give him any little chance per se, and he can kill you. So those are the two players that you call, and I would kind of throw in Modric in it per se. But is me my biggest fear is Vinicius.
For that
Even if
plays.
we even if we had Walker fit or Cancelo not suspended, it will still be him. Um, Looking at Benzema, not taking anything away from Benzema, but looking at the goals that he scored in the Champions League in the two previous ties against PSG and Chelsea, these were like defensive mistakes, goalkeeper blunders, right?
Yep.
Even his header versus Chelsea in the second leg, like
Yeah, that was.
this strike is very dangerous. You're gonna leave him open like that inside your box. Plus, you know, Vinicius is always gonna cross. So you should always keep an eye or
Yeah.
always keep a body close to him. So they're looking at, yes, his master class, yes, but they're not looking at the defensive setup from the two teams, PSG and Chelsea. And
Hmm.
when Diaz, I'm so glad he's back. Like Diaz, anything in that box, he's going for it. He's
Yep.
training at it. So Benzema, yes, he'll be dangerous, but he won't have an easy time like how we got it against PSG and Chelsea, because Diaz will be on him. Even Laporte, Laporte
Yep.
is very physical as well. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not really worrying too much about Benzema, because in order for him to shine, he's gonna need the service. And if you cut
True.
off the service, he can't shine. And that main service is gonna come from Vinicius. As you can see, like these two have been teaming up, like Son
Yeah, it's
and
good
like
stuff.
Son and Kane. Like they're the Son and Kane of the Premier League, you know.
Yes,
So
but
that's what I'm saying. So my biggest player that I think we should be mindful of is Vinicius, honestly.
yeah, I hear what you're saying, Benzi. We need the service. So once we manage to cut him off, and I think that's very vital in what you said, because in certain games that I watch, even stuff like the El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid, they did a very good job of cutting off, that service coming into Benzema, and he's the one that scores the goal. I mean, you can have Vinicius running at you, but then once you shut down Benzema, who is going to get the ball in there unless it's a late run? So I think we need to be on our P's and Q's for this game because we know the Champions League hype to us is up there, and it's something that we really want this season. And so before we just move on, we can just run through who do we think is going to be in the starting squad and see if we could figure out and then give our scoreline before we jump into the next topic for tonight. So I think the goalkeeper situation that's pretty obvious. Going with
Definitely.
Zach Stefan. Yeah, but yeah, that's all jokes. So Edison has to be in the goal for this game. It's a massive game for us. And centre back pairing. What are you going with?
This is a potent Diaz.
I agree on that. And do we go with Zinchenko at left back or are we going with the Ake situation?
Honestly, Ake coming like Van Bronckhorst right now.
Yeah,
Honestly. So all the games that he's played ever
and
since, he's been excellent. Goal line clearances, his challenges, his aerial duels, his passes, his
yep.
his composure, his dribbling out the defense. Like he's been excellent. So uh, I would start him at left back.
And we're opting for the Fernandinho right back, as
Yeah,
as we said earlier.
yeah.
Well,
I would do it. As
yeah,
I
so
said,
so
because
um,
Fernandinho doesn't have those legs of Cancelo
yeah,
Walker to be sprinting up. So that will be an advantage for us because he will be staying back. So that
mhm.
means Vinicius won't have that channel to run into whenever there's a counter attack. But Fernandinho
And
will be there.
yeah, and like in the defense so far, it's like if we have the ball, Fernandinho can easily step into the midfield with Rodri, and we can even set form that back three with Ake, Laporte, and Diaz. But we're not Pep. We know how Pep goes, so we have to wait until tomorrow to see how the defense lineup go. On to the midfield. We opting for already. We opting for Rodri, a KDB, and the Bernardo Silva. Or we not putting KDB in there as yet?
Yeah. Um. mm, I honestly believe. because Pep Pep is going to be mindful of Real Madrid's midfield trio.
Uh,
So I think he's going to go Rodri, Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva.
that could be a show. I'm not mad at it because I'm a big fan of Gundogan, and I think we will need him to slow down the games at time when he starts to pick up pace. And yeah, I'll be all right with that. So we opting for Rodri at DM and then Bernardo and Gundogan in the midfield.
Yeah,
Uh yeah.
because
So close it off. Go ahead.
one thing on that, Gundogan, the the difference between Gundogan and all of our West midfielders, he has both the attacking, defensive, and the ball retention abilities in him. In this Real Madrid game, we know we're going to play a fast nine because I don't think Gabi's going to start. So that late run in the box that we know he's famous for
Mm-hmm.
is going to catch Real Madrid by surprise. So plus, as I say, he's a good midfielder of retaining the ball. So his ball retention in that midfield is going to help us a lot. As I say, to help slow down the game or even speed it up because you know he's a guy like that too. So yeah, that's why I kind of give him a little vote on that.
Yeah, so okay, so we'll opt for the Bernardo, the Rodri, and the good one midfield for us here on the show. And to just jump into our attacking trio. Before we say anything, I noticed that you said you don't think Gabriel Jesus is going to start. I would. This is where I would have put him in my team, and I know it would be skeptical of who we play on the right. Is it either him or Mahrez or whatever? But I know Gabriel Jesus' work rate could come in very vital for us, especially with him playing on that right side and knowing that the right back situation would be kind of iffy on who is playing there and could track back and get the dirty work done and do what he do, as we see him do against Real Madrid the last time we played against them. So for me, I would opt for Gabi at the right wing and De Bruyne at the false nine, and I'm going with Foden as a left wing. What do you have to say with this?
Um, automatically because of Sterling's press conference, I think he started. So my front three would have been Foden on the left, De Bruyne on the center forward, false nine, and Raheem on the right.
Not a bad shot either.
Uh, honestly, if Raheem wouldn't have been in the press conference, I'd go for KDB, Gabriel Jesus, and Foden.
Yeah, I see that there also. I mean, I think that would be our starting team, and I see probably key players for us coming off the bench. Depends on whether who starts, Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, which one of them. I think Grealish also could play a big part for us in these over these two legs, especially with his ball retention and sometimes his ability to drive forward and get us up, and we could be able to up and frustrate the Real Madrid again. So he's always a player I like coming off the bench in those kind of times to kind of frustrate, hold the ball, and let's just see it out.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be it with our starting lineup. We just have to hope Pep gives us a very good team to back up, whereas it's to go.
Honestly, if Mahrez starts, it doesn't even it wouldn't even surprise me in a kind of way, no, because he didn't start against West Ham. And West Ham against Watford,
Yep.
and we all know he's a big game player.
Yeah,
I
easy.
personally would have Mahrez to start every single game for City because when he starts, he either creates, assists, or scores.
Yeah, he's a huge difference for us.
He has our most goal contributions this season,
Yep.
and it's not even a regular starter. So that just says a lot. And whenever he comes off the bench, it's always something. But that game against Liverpool, that's what I'm saying. Like we missed so much in this show. A game against Liverpool, if he had only just like, I'd even know why he opted for the chip.
Hmm.
He could have just rounded Allison and just tuck it in with his right foot. You know, he had, to me, he had so much time, but the weight on the chip was a little too heavy. And it's things like that. You know what you're gonna get from the Algerian. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. If he do eventually starts tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised. But as you say, uh, I'm based on the statement you make. I think it makes real sense when you say put Gabby on the right because you know a right back situation. So you know he will run up and down that whole right side,
Yeah, that's the
chat,
point.
fighting with Vinicius, you know, compared to a Mahrez who just or or
Trying
step
to
step
enter the.
right back to, but he wouldn't put in a physical and extra boost as Gabby would. But I see what you're saying though. But
Yeah.
the front three, it's just good to be a City fan, man. Imagine you can have so much options like it. I wonder how Pep feels. Yeah, no, I kind of know how Pep feels in a kind of way, but yeah, imagine, imagine you have to do a predicted lineup as a fan. You don't know, you know, you're attacking Chio because you have so much to choose from.
I mean, I do not want to be Pep in this situation, but at the same time, he must have so much joy in it. But like, I have so much options to choose from. And in order how he keeps all these players happy is beyond me. All these top players that will be starting at probably any club they go to. It's is incredible and good man management by Pep Guardiola. And to just close off this topic right here, what is your score prediction for tomorrow's game?
Uh, okay, I have two score lines in my head. If Real Madrid comes out looking for the win, although there's no away goal rule this season, but if in fact they push and come out trying to come out for the win, they're gonna lose 3-1. But if it's a game where both teams respect each other and
Hmm.
fight for it, I see us win 2-1.
Yeah, that's a good score. I would love for us going into the second leg to be at least 2 goals up in this leg if the game is that open up because I think that would give us more confidence. So we know in the second leg if it's like that they will be coming first. But I could see this game probably ending like a 3-1 or 2-0 in City's favor. I'm all on the positive side. I'm never down about my City because I think that we can always do this. We have what it takes, and I know you got the same energy as everyone see on past shows, and I know we still got those energy. So let's go Blues, and hope we make it to the Champions League final.
Back to back.
Yep. And to jump right back into the other topic, we're going to talk about transfers and Pep Guardiola contract speculation right about now that we see. Let's just start off with Sterling and Fernandinho because they were the two players that did our past two press conferences. Fernandinho already answered that he is heading out the door at the end of the season. He's a City legend. I know how we must feel about it. And then Sterling was asked about his contract being up next season and if talks are ongoing. And he basically pushed the tide and saying that he's supposed to focus on his football for now and we'll discuss it during the end of the season when time has come. And with Pep, Brazil, we see that Brazil wants him to be the next head coach after the World Cup. I think is that what I saw. For me personally, I don't think that is going to happen. I think, especially with the Haaland situation, that Pep is going to want to stay and see because I don't think Haaland is going to come if he knows Pep is going to leave the club. And you can just touch on it. You can just touch on that Fernandinho and Sterling and just let's take it piece by piece with the going out and potential contract renewals.
So Yes, with Fernandinho, as I stated earlier, like he's saying he's gonna leave because he wants playing time, and we can't wrong him. He still got the legs,
Yep.
still experience. He still got, you know, and he's seeing his time at the club being limited. Plus, he's not getting any younger, so
True.
he don't want to be retired and not enjoying his last couple of years per se of retirement. So he made a bold decision saying, "Hey, this is it.
Yep.
I gave 9 great years to the club. Won many trophies. I've captained this club. So thank you for everything, but I need to keep my foot moving, not just be on the bench sitting down, clapping and cheering on goals. I want to be a part of the goals. I want to help provide assists too. You know what I'm saying? As in
Yeah.
with any and every other player, not just because of Fernandinho's point of view, but every
And
other.
yeah, and before you just move on to whoever you're going to talk about next, I just remember something funny that I was playing my Man City career mode on FIFA, and it was the first season. He was coming to an end, and he was like, he gave a message with a message, and was like, he would like to play the last game to get a good send off from the fans, and I was like, this is so portrayed to real life because that's what it's coming down to. I'm pretty sure he would like to get a coveted Champions League and come out with his hard fought Premier League victory at the end. And to just transition into this, I want you to answer this. With the likes of Aguero, we see the likes of Aguero, company David Silva, and now Fernandinho leaving. That we could say these were players that were key part in helping to mold City where we are today. Are you upset in a fact or is it a good thinking? Because I know I was listening to a talk show and the person said that this is what City thrives on rather than letting these players like Fernandinho hit another season and they're not going to be really be at their peak and staying and taking up their wage bill. That we're already finding replacements for them to continue the move for us beyond to see what this player will take us the next 3 to 5 years. And I pondered on it and thought it was like it was pretty spot on. Why keep these players? And we know that they probably pass their best or not really pass their best, but time is up where we can get in a younger, fresher player to start mold them in the city type of way and whatever we think. You can tell me what you think about the whole situation if you're agreeing with it or you're not a fan of what I just said.
Well, honestly, not from a city's perspective, but on a football and business wise perspective, it makes total sense. Um, why commit yourself to a player where you know eventually, inevitably, he's gonna break down,
Yep.
right? And during that breakdown now, he's actually taking up space, he's taking up time, and he's taking up money. Why not put that space, that time, and that money into the future, right?
True.
Showing bashment at our neighbors over on the other side. Look
Yep.
at them now. They still have Matic. They still
It's a
have
good
Matt.
point.
Like these are players that literally are like scapegoats. Like they're just there because they're there. Like
Yeah.
Matt is not even playing. Matic, Matic doesn't really start like that. There's only certain games you see get a little, you know, a little doing per se. So why keep these players if you're not utilizing them and you know they already gave their best years 5, 6 years ago? So why you still have them at the club? So with
Yep.
Fernandinho's case and as this in that talk show, like it's basically spot on. So with that being said, now I saw City already line up the Fernandinho replacement with this midfield from Argentina, River Plate to say Enzo Fernandez,
Mm-hmm.
21 year old. They've been sending scouts to watch him regularly. So I see they have him and a next midfielder from Sports, I think Nunes or something like that, or Nuez. So City already been you know, already searching for Fernandinho's replacement. And the thing I like about the targets they have, these are young players, and young in terms of these aren't going to be players that going to come in and fight or compete with Rodri. These are players
Yeah,
that are going to come in and learn from Rodri and actually take over from Rodri in the future. So the thing with Fernandinho, Fernandinho is kind of fighting with Rodri to get a little spot because he has experience. He knows City inside out. So it's like
yep,
he's losing that battle. So these two players that I mentioned previously, these are young players that would come into the team and will actually like sit back, wait for their turn. When they do get their turn, come in and start integrate their skills, their knowledge, and everything, and that will help them towards the future rather than be like competing with Rodri. Although the competition will be good for Rodri, but we all know like right now Rodri cements his space in that defensive midfield wall. So
yep.
to answer your question, yeah, I think I agree with City's business with that Rodri landing situation. Um, with Sterling now, his contract up in 2023, which is next season.
Yep.
Uh, I saw a little news that said City has told all these players whose contract um is going to be up next season is say whether they want to leave the club now so that they can be sold rather than City lose them on a free next season. So Raheem stated that he's happy. He's happy with City. Uh, the journalist asked him about squad rotation and changes and whatever. He said like in every top team you're gonna have squad rotation, and him changing from when he came from Liverpool to now, his playing style didn't really change. He still has the same playing style. It's just that he's just in a different system right now, which we clearly see. The rhyme of Liverpool will get the ball and will start driving at defenders. We still see that at City, but the
Yep.
system where he has positional um placing where now he has to be driving at a certain position or a certain way, rather than at Liverpool where he just once he gets it, he just run. It's different now at City, but is as he says, a City still has the same playing style. So I think he will renew. I honestly think he will renew because I haven't heard any clubs coming for him or linked with him or interested in him per se. And for a club to do that now, if he's gonna leave City, he's not gonna leave for lower wages or the same wages. He's gonna want more money, and there's only a few clubs right now in world football that would offer him that lucrative amount of money. So
Yeah.
his best bet is just renew and help build the club, become a legend at City.
Yeah, you're so right there. And I think since he have been doing a vital job for City, coming up with certain clutch goals. That one against Southampton always reminisce in my mind when he cuts in and plays that in the top corner. That was one of his top goals for the club. And talking about key performers, we saw Gabriel Jesus, key performer over the weekend, guiding us to another 3 points to keep the title run ongoing. And with his 4 goals display, after rumors came out that he's linked with Arsenal. What do you think about it? Do you think it would be best for him to move on, or you think we could give him a next shot at this?
Uh, the thing is, somebody has to move on.
Yep.
If Erling, as you can see my name, if you can put up my name on the screen, no?
Go ahead for now.
Yeah,
Look,
right? And I heard I had some rumors saying Erling insists he wants the number 9, which in fact is won by Gabriel Jesus. Then I had another rumor saying Gabriel Jesus was glad to give up the number 9 and go back to number 33 just to accommodate Haaland. But the thing is, that's an extra body in the City team where we already have enough where
Uh,
certain players aren't even getting that amount of minutes, as you say, like in any other team, they would actually be starting and actually playing the whole 90 minutes and all this stuff. So
yep.
with Haaland coming now, he's a definite starter. So whose minutes is gonna get reduced even lower now? And all fingers gonna point at Gabi um Jesus
Yeah.
a lot because he's not playing and he's the only, as we say, out and out striker we have. And he's not even playing that much. So imagine when a real striker number 9 comes, like where's his game time?
Yeah, and to just jump in right here, Monji, we haven't even mentioned that Julian Alvarez is scheduled to join us later down in the season when the season is over. So just looking at it, if the Haaland deal does go through for us, he will be looking at the fight between Haaland and Alvarez at basically the striking spot. And the wingers, he has the like of Grealish, Foden, Sterling, and Mahrez. So this is 4 players on the wing, 2 inside to the striking spot. We still have 6 players for his position had to be versatile. He has to be going up against 6 players for that starting spot or being that super sub bench player as we say in football. So it's pretty difficult for him. And before I know I think I just always be the one to say that I would have glad if we could have loaned him out earlier so he got more potential to be with us because the trying to fill the boots of Aguero, we know that would have been very big. And he didn't manage to fill them exactly, but he managed to do the job he has done when he got called upon. And we were gracious for that because his goal to game ratio is very good. It's exceptional for a player that doesn't start week in and week out. You know, how often that we think he should be starting. So I think seeing Gabriel Jesus leave, it will be one to see me irate about it. I would actually be happy for him because he can say he basically did what he has to do at Man City now. It's time to you to go ahead on out and become your own man and show us what you can do when you're starting and probably see us, hey, let us regret this or cry about it as we would say when a big player leaves and he's doing the job that he has to do.
Yeah, just put some sugar on that. His stats when he starts at City, started 146 games and he has 141 goal contributions in 146 starts,
That's very good.
and that's just starts. So you literally that's the thing. It To be honest, his City career has been unfair
Yep.
because of that guy Sergio Aguero.
Yeah,
Because
you can agree on that.
he was either injured or suspended or something, and Gabriel steps in. If he scores 1 goal and misses 3, the City fans will be screaming, "Oh, that's why he can't be like Aguero. Because Aguero would have scored this 3. Aguero would score a hat trick easy in this game." But they
Yeah,
don't
but
score
that's
1 goal, he scores. If Aguero misses 5 goals, it's nothing because Aguero already set his name on the City club. But for a guy like Gabi who missed 2 or 3 in 5 games, they beat down on him like he's some he's some you know some Wilfred
yep.
Bunny. You understand what I'm saying? So it's unfair to him that he came in an era where Aguero set the standard, and he was the only partner for Aguero at the time. And once Aguero plays, he plays, but he can literally do what Aguero does. But as he said in his interview, he's not Aguero. You'll never be Aguero, but he always try and help the team whenever and however he can. So that just shows that he admits that, hey, I'm not at the level of Aguero. I will never be, but I know I can contribute to the team whenever and however I can. And some City fans don't take it like that. They take it as, hey, you're a striker, you're in this big club, you're supposed to do what Aguero does. No, it doesn't work like that. Aguero is just naturally a goal scorer. You understand what I'm
Yep.
saying? So as I'm saying, it's kind of unfair on him. And as I say, I even forgot about Alvarez. Alvarez is joining in June. I think City push up his date. He was supposed to be in July, but City is paying $2 million compensation just to get him in June. So yeah, Gabi right now he is really down in the pecking order. So it's up.
Yeah,
It's
I I totally agree with your assessment, and to just basically touch on where I'm going with this Haaland news. I don't really want to talk about it that much until we see he has a shirt, a sign thing, everything is official. But the links with Haaland will be very good to get a player like him. We can already imagine a De Bruyne to a Haaland or whatever. But that's all I'm going to say for now. I do not want to get my hopes high like when Kane saga was going. So I'm just going to leave that there.
I know I said in the group I'm not gonna say anything until I see him in a City shirt signing the contract next to Pep. But right now I'm changing it until I see he's controlling the ball at the CFA in front of the crowd, signed with Pep. So I'm going to step further. I don't want to see no taking pictures in no signing taking pictures signing contract. No, team in a City shirt juggling a ball, and yeah, that's how I know. Not even Fabrizio can tweet, here we go. I'm not even believing that right now.
Um, I know, because the City show that I show about the City Extra of what I'm talking about. They have been on this hype train every time a Haaland news comes on, and I already have my Haaland songs and whatever, so I hope I don't get depressed because I saved those, and I really hope I could get to use it when I hear the announcement come. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm patiently waiting for, and really hope that it happens. But until then, that's still a saga that still goes on, and we have to wait on. But let's look forward to our next topic, the title charge for this Premier League championship. Basically, City versus Liverpool. City is 1 point ahead um, in the title race because we're going back and forth with City versus Liverpool. We're hoping City is hoping Liverpool would slip up and kind of ease it. Liverpool is hoping for a City slip up so they can gain a competitive advantage over us. And it's just first, let's see. So we're going to just look at some of the games that data come up. This should be coming up on the screen sometime now. And so we just see what we have to look forward to between the remaining rest of the season. But but when the picture well, until the picture comes up, we continue to I know there have been big talks in our group, that chats have been saved about that City is not going to win anything, but we're still confident, even though it's a 1 point lead. And we just see that we just saw the couple games right there. City have Leeds on the weekend, and Liverpool have Newcastle. Liverpool and Newcastle plays before City versus Leeds. And then we're gonna just touch on the two of them for now, and then City has Newcastle in the Premier League and Liverpool has Tottenham. So let's just touch on those two for now, and then we'll work our way for the rest. To see how we balance it throughout the rest of the season. So yeah, so Monchi, let's talk about this. Liverpool plays first on the weekend between Liverpool and Newcastle. 3 points for Liverpool there, or is going to be a slip up and a favor in our way?
Um, Looking at it, obviously we're gonna hope for a slip up, as you said,
Mm,
to ease off things off for us in a kind of way. But as Pep say, and as we all know, we don't care what Liverpool does. As long as we win our games, they can win 10-0, 15-0, 100-0, a million nil. They can even just out, you know, it doesn't matter how much they win, how they win them, how much goal they score before 4 minutes, whatever. As long as we win our games, they can do whatever they want to do on that. The red side of Merseyside. That Newcastle game, we see that Newcastle right now is totally different team
mhm.
defensively because it can't last when they got the takeover. They were conceding a lot of goals. Even us, I think we knocked them 4 or 5,
Yep.
right? But right now they're really good defensively, and you can see that attacking threat from them. Now with now the real Bruno is very starting in the team right now.
Yep.
I was the Liverpool and Everton game, and if Everton had class, like if that those that killer instinct per se, they would easily gotten away with something versus Liverpool.
Yeah, I
Uh,
believe so.
I'm not really comparing Everton and Newcastle, but based on form right now and the players and the caliber players both teams have between Everton and Newcastle. If that wasn't Everton who played, if that was Newcastle who played Everton that weekend, uh, Liverpool would have just points on that game. Um, so to say, it's going to be a nervy game for Liverpool as well, especially like how they play first. So it's going to be in the head. Hey, let's try and win this game to get that advantage to put City in the hot seat now. So they're more concerned about us than we're concerned with them. Because as we
I
know,
agree.
what we have to do is win. They know having a we must win. So there's a totally difference. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm hoping for a Newcastle win, obviously. That would benefit us a lot, or even a draw. Our end now against Leeds, we know Bielsa ball is gone. That literally killed us when Leeds just came up. That
Yeah,
hype
it was
always a
totally.
ball. Right now, we basically can counteract how they attack us and everything now. So I wouldn't say it will be a comfortable win for us, but it will be a, a normal win for us per se.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Just gonna have like 10 more minutes of it. So just make us go quick with it. We expected both teams are expected to tough it out until the last game of the season. By fair play, saying that we expect City to win all their remaining games and Liverpool to win all the rest remaining games coming down to the last game of the season. So just for the stuff to pull back up again, and we can just say if we see any teams that we probably see any slipping up happening, let's just call out the City game, and you can tell me if you think if any slip up there, you can stop me. So City, we already go to the Leeds game. You already said that we're going to win the Leeds game. We have Newcastle, 3 points there again.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a hard fought one.
Okay, and then we have Wolves, which I expect to be difficult also. 3 points, draw, loss. What are we going with?
We'll come out on top. We'll come out on top. Like we have too much quality in that game.
Okay.
The mm,
Okay, fair enough. You have the Wolves game.
Yeah, that's the game I say it'll be a little tricky, but we'll come.
Yeah, that's my error. And then we have the West Ham and we have Aston Villa to end the season. 3.6 points right there.
The West Ham game, huh? We all know. We all know.
Yeah,
And
but
it's it's at
uh,
that this stadium. It's away.
yes, but this was a crucial point. I heard that if West Ham manages to go to the Europa League final or something, I think it's like 3 days after, they would have to play or some kind of something in the um Europa League that
Hmm.
it would have to play us like 3 days after. So they were saying that could be in our favor because West Ham would be more looking to prioritize their Europa League rather than playing against us. So I mean, it could go in our favor. We just have to wait until we see how it goes. So
Hmm.
by prediction, we have Man City winning the remaining set of the games.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So let's jump on to the Liverpool aspect. We already know the Everton game is done and dusted. They they won 2-0. The Villarreal game, I expect them to be at the finals for Champions League. So I
Hmm.
think we could cancel that out right there. Newcastle and Tottenham. And we already touched on the Newcastle. We already said that we're going to win right there.
Hmm.
Uh, and then the Tottenham and Aston Villa. 3 points there, or they dropping points somewhere right there.
The Tottenham game is going to be tight for them because, as you know, Tottenham is prime for that elusive fourth spot. So
Yep.
uh, uh, it'll be a tricky game for them. And doing to say, Tottenham has a killer striker at top compared to Everton, and Tottenham literally have quality. So where Liverpool got away with some stuff against Everton,
Mm-hmm.
if they give same chances to Tottenham, they'll be down. Even that Demarai Gray effort, we came across the goal and just skied it. Like if that was Son, Allison will be
Yep.
stretched for that in the top post. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like games like that. So if I say they do have to drop points anywhere between the remaining fixtures, it would have to be at this Tottenham game. If
Yeah.
not,
That.
they're going
Uh
to win
huh.
all the game. Aston Villa, no, I can't see Aston Villa doing anything too tough against them. Wolves, no, not really. So the only way and game I see the dropping points is that Spurs game.
Yeah. I agree. That's the main focus of the game I have there when Tottenham has to face Aston Villa in in Tottenham faces Liverpool. Obviously, join the comments here. He's hailing us up. Good night to you, Joe. And he's here saying that he thinks City either draws or loses to Newcastle. I think Newcastle could be a defining moment in the title race for both teams because they're still looking to make a statement even if they don't have anything to play for. They're still
Hmm.
looking forward to next season and trying to build on it so they can manage to like tell players like, hey, this is what we have to do. So come and join us and we can make a bigger effort to try and get into Europa competitions. So that's all we see predicting now. By the predictions that we both says that fighting down to the last day, we expect both teams to win each and every single game, City and Liverpool going forward. And just like how we predicted it, the City come out on the edge on the 1 point still. And with Joe saying here, he says Newcastle no longer have to worry of relegation. They're literally just playing and having fun and getting better week by week. And I agree with what Joe says here. It's basically what I just covered myself and what I was saying. That both teams should not underestimate Newcastle because they're looking forward to making a stamp on the Premier League right now until the end of the season.
Hmm.
You can just make any comments on what Joe has said. If you have a rebuttal or if you agree with what he's saying.
Yeah, I totally agree because, as I said, Newcastle right now they're really stronger defensively compared to before the takeover, and right after the takeover, they literally found their squad, their players, the starting 11, everything. So as I said, they just balling, you know. They come out each game knowing, hey, we clear from relegation zone, so let's just play to have fun. If we can push for the win, if we lose, hey, we lose. But
Yep.
we managed to achieve what we set out to do, and that was avoid relegation. And
Yeah,
Newcastle have 43 points to the good
yeah,
compared
I agree with
to
you.
in December. They had
Uh-huh.
7 points in December, and look at them now. They have 43 points now, almost vying for a top 10 finish. So
Yep.
I agree with you.
Yeah, well, Joe here coming in again with Newcastle. Newcastle is a bogey team for everybody. Even me in this top four race, yeah, he's looking at his own team in Arsenal. That even he also is afraid of this Newcastle team. I mean, I must say, all praises to them. Eddie Howe, he came in, what a massive turnaround that we always thought. We thought that they were on the brink of getting relegated after this huge takeover. Eddie
Hmm.
Howe came in and did what he has to do, and they secured it. They played for next season, so it's just for us to watch and see what they can do in this off season come the summer transfer window. And yeah, with that being said, Monty, I think we covered basically everything we had to say. I think we had a very good night tonight. We covered the Champions League preview. We think, it should be a really interesting game for us tomorrow. For the mutual fans also to see. The transfers, with, not getting too excited over the Haaland news. Gabriel Jesus' potential moves to Arsenal, Pep contract talks, and the winding down of the last few games of this Premier League season. And with that being said, to the fans, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I know we have been missing for a while, but we are just bear with us patiently that we're trying to organize schedules to try to get back up and running, especially for the ending of the season with all these finals coming up. So we're just trying to see if we could provide content for each and every one, and y'all can stay locked in for when we go live, and we get the notifications. And any last words for you, Monji, before we end the show?
Yeah, well done, Arsenal.
That's the final words, you sure? Not no other to any targeted to any teams.
Well done, Arsenal, and well done to Chelsea.
Yeah, Munchie, I love that. I love that, Munchie. I love that.
Yeah, Jack coming in here defending his team. As a City, City and Arsenal kind of have a little connection, with transfers. So we don't mind having a laugh with them. They lent us couple players to the building stage with Clichy and all those people. So we might be returning the favor in Gabriel Jesus and helping them, cement more places. So yeah, it was a fun night. Thanks for coming, Monchi. We talk about both teams that we like, Manchester City. So Manchester City is at our hearts. We hope to see our team lifting 2 cups at the end of the season, the Champions League and the Premier League. So with that being said, good night from the Island Fans crew, and see y'all next time.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.